A monster producer is a legendary creature who combines multiple skill sets to dominate their market. Are you ready to dominate?
I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. Running a business can be tough. It can beat you down. We bring the motivation. We bring the structure. We bring the strategy. How do you explain your services? How do you work a selling system? How do you follow up like a machine? How do you extract 5.7 referrals from every transaction? Our number one goal is to get you a 43% increase in your business. And I want to show you how to be a monster producer.
I must confess that I feel like a monster.
Prepare yourself for a 43% increase to your business.
I feel like a monster.
Monster Producer
Ladies and gentlemen,
begins now.
Hey guys, Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. Every month I break down our big coaching program for our monster producers, both in person and online. I like to take complicated concepts and make them simple. And it occurs to me that many people get into Monster Producer for one reason. They want to make more money. They want to get their revenue up. They want to learn how to sell their products and services at a much higher level. So many years ago, I created what's called the Legacy Selling System. It's a selling system that's like a spread offense that has 47 options to it. Like very few people are working this selling system at the highest frequency that they can. So what I'm going to do today is what I covered in Monster Producer this month, which is the selling system. Okay, and I want you to think of a selling system as a calculated and coordinated attack on the generation of new business. How do you go out and create new money? How do you generate leads? How do you create so many leads that your phone is ringing, your schedule is booked, you ultimately become a person of interest and then a person of power and influence? How do you create that? So I want to break this selling system down to you because most people don't understand this. The purpose of your business is to create a customer. It is to generate revenue by solving problems and exchanging value. Okay? It is then to pay yourself, pay your expenses, pay your employees, and then if your business is successful enough because you solved enough problems, you have excess cash left over that you can then reinvest in money generating ideas. Okay? So the purpose of my business is to create a new customer. I go out and I generate revenue and customers by finding and solving problems and exchanging value. The business then pays me, pays my expenses, pays my taxes, and then if it's successful, it has leftover cash that then we can then reinvest in our future. That's what a successful business is. So think of it this way. Money is changing hands when problems are solved. I got to get real clear about what my skill set is and what their problem is and who would compensate me to solve their problem. Who would compensate me to make their life easier? Who would compensate me to help them make more money? Who would compensate me to bring clarity to confusion? Here's my skill set, and here's people who would pay good money for that skill set, okay? Now, they would only pay good money for that skill set because it solved a big problem for them, okay? The selling system is predicated on understanding this. Here's my unique skill set. Here's the problems we solve in the market. And when we get crystal clarity about solving these problems, and we go out and generate and exchange energy with the market then rewards us with new business, new opportunities, like the parable of the talents in the Bible. The person used their talent, therefore, they had a demonstrated capacity of that ability. Therefore, they were able to get more talents. Same way business is. So when you think about this concept, what can I do today to create new revenue? I first start off every single year with a dominant focus, and a dominant focus is a single tangible outcome that I would like to drive in a 12-month cycle as measured in 30-day windows. That's my big, juicy number. Okay? It's a number in the future that I would like to manifest. Then I'm going to break that number down into a quarterly number. Then I'm going to break that number down into a monthly number. Now, once I have my monthly number, I need to hit this month. So if I want to sell $1 million a year, I need to sell $83,333 a month. If I wanted to hit that, now here's what I'm telling you. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that number and I'm going to break it down. So to sell $1 million, I got to sell $83,3333 per month. $83,3333 per month divided by 4, I got to sell $20,833 per month. Everybody see that? Okay? Excuse me, per week. That's the number I got to hit. 20, 40, 60, 80. I do that 12 straight months. I've sold. I haven't collected it yet, but I've sold it. $1 million of revenue. So now I can't sell $1 million today. Maybe I could. Well, you can sell $1 million today, but the likelihood of selling $1 million today is small. But what you can do is you can sell 5,000 a day, 8,000 tomorrow, 15,000 the next day. Okay? Once we close a few contracts, just the other day, we had $220,000, $230,000 a day because of contracts coming in, because of new sales that were happening, all those type things. Now, what if we did that every week? And you're bringing in 200, 400, 600, 800,000 a month. Multiply that by 12, you're making $9.6 million a year. So here's what the deal. You chop wood and you carry water every single day. So here's one of my mottos. Create products that other people want. Create products that other people want, push people to something and follow up. So I want you to know the difference between what a high value of your time is and a low value of your time. A high value of your time is specific, intentional activity that moves you closer to your dominant focus. In essence, a high value activity is a money generating activity. A low value of your activity is any activity that does not move you closer to your dominant focus. So when you're looking at your day and you're mapping out your day and you're using your Monster Producer Planner, the highest value of your time should have been created yesterday. You should have sat down last night, mapped out. High value, low value. Hit list, Farm Club, Top 25. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to spend 20% of our day, minimum 2 hours a day, prospecting for new money because high value is new money. See, we can drive up the probability of taking action. Okay, when we come back from the break, here's what I want you thinking. I want you to write out right now all of your low value activity. This is activity that moves you away from your dominant focus, not towards your dominant focus. High value activity moves you closer to your dominant focus. So take a second right now and write down the difference. What are your highest value of your time? What's the lowest value of your time? What's your dominant focus? Okay, and then we're going to get into strategies that you need to be using because the cheetah attacks and the turtle makes excuses. Which are you, the cheetah or the turtle? When we come back, we're breaking the concept down of the selling system. Our top 4 strategies, our secondary strategies. You're watching Monster Producer. I'm Coach Michael Burt. We're going to call this the Nick Saban rule. And Nick Saban was notorious for showing up to job interviews incredibly prepared for what they needed, okay? And what I mean by that is he always showed up to a job interview and he had done extensive homework on how he was going to solve the unique problems of the university that was looking at hiring him, okay? So the Nick Saban rule is this. You need a notepad. It looks like this. You need to sit down and spend time thinking about your clients. How do I help them achieve this? How do I help them do this? How do I help them do this? So this morning in our sales meeting, I was going through the psychology of a buyer, okay? And I was talking about this. These are reasons that people would hire us as their coach. You need to be thinking about this. You need to be teaching your team. What's the psychology of the people that are hiring you? Hey guys, welcome back to Monster Producer, Legendary Creature. This month we're breaking down the selling system. There's really 7 capacities a person should learn by being a Monster Producer that should help them get to a much higher frequency. They should have a world-class explanation of service. They should have a selling system in place. They should have a $1 million 7-touch follow-up. They should have a referral plan. They should become a person of interest, ultimately become a person of power and influence. These are 7 capacities, or what we call demonstrated capacities, that a person should learn. Really, in a 1-year cycle, I don't think you're going to master it in 1 year. I think you're going to get acclimated into 1 year. You're going to master it in year 3 or year 4. Now, I'm going to go to the board, and I'm going to work on some strategies that I want you thinking about, because this is the play here. Here's our ultimate goal, to be rewarded with new business, okay? Here's our ultimate goal, to be rewarded with new business, okay? Money. Over here, we're using our strategies, work being the distribution channel for our talents. Over here, what we're deciding are what are our 4 primary strategies and our two secondary strategies, okay? A primary strategy is like your go-to strategy. So for me, let me just give an example of ours. My primary strategies are showcase events. Okay, I'm going to put speaking. And I actually don't like that. I don't like the fact that I got to go speak to generate more leads. Drives me crazy. What I'd much rather do is create a product or service that other people want. Other people are coming to it. I'm not having to go out on the road to do it. So this is my primary strategy, though, just get in front of people, get people excited. My other primary strategies are my hit list, where I come into the day every day and I'm calling on 3 to 5 people for new money. Okay? My third primary strategy is my farm club. These are people that have indicated interest in my services, so I'm trying to close 3 to 5 of those people, and I'm going 7 touches in the $1 Million follow-up. We covered that in Monster Producer, so I'm not going to cover it here. My fourth is my top 25. These are my primary strategies. These are 25 deep and meaningful relationships. I'm trying to get 3 referrals, so every day I'm going to try to touch 3 of those people. Now, when you look at this, here's what I want you to notice. Look at my activity levels. I speak, the reason I like this one some is because I'm batching people together. I may get in front of 30 people or 3,000 people. From that, here's what the numbers tell me. For every 30 people you get in front of, 4.8 are going to be interested. This helps me get in front of more people. That's the only positive. I can also do social media, okay? So these are 4 primary strategies, okay? So here's my primary. I'm through my work. Who's going to compensate me for this, okay? Then I start looking at my secondary strategies. Secondary strategies are strategies you use for brand awareness. They're strategies used to generate business, but they're not your go-to. So I actually use social media as a secondary. I do a lot of social media. It's mainly for frequency. Now, do some of those people purchase from me? Yes. My database is a secondary strategy. My database blasts are secondary strategy, okay? Then I do, let's say another secondary strategy is my connector strategy, where I reach out and connect to people to get access to other people. Primary, secondary. Now, I would put up here also referrals could be one of my main strategies. Okay? All of these are main strategies. Now, here's what I want you thinking. If you're going to work the selling system, guys, you got to be clear that when you come into the day, there's a dedicated period of your time to these things. There's a dedicated period of your, and I don't care if you run a daycare center or a Napa Auto Parts or an Ace Hardware, there's got to be a percentage of your day that focuses on new money. New money, new money, new money, new money. I don't care what kind of business you're running. You're running a restaurant, somebody's got to be focused on new money. You're running a gym, somebody needs to be focused on new money. Okay, and a lot of people go, well, that selling system doesn't apply to my business. That ain't true. If you're going to be a monster producer, every day, in every way, you got to be focused on the future. You got to be focused on spending a percentage of your time. So I want you to take a second right now, and I want you to break down what are your 4 primary strategies, and what are your 2 secondary strategies. Now, if you're not getting enough leads, you don't have enough activity, you don't have enough energy, you don't have enough circulation. We come back in the final segment. I'm gonna ask you a few key questions about the selling system. And are you breaking it down? 2 hours of prospecting a day, prospect in the morning, solve the world's problems in the afternoon, work the strategy. And if there's any confusion about any of these, email me at info@coachburt.com. Don't get caught up in semantics. I got a hit list, which is new money. I got a farm club of interested people. I got top 25, which are my biggest players and advocates. I got showcase events where I'm trying to harness energy. I'm hitting a database. I'm hitting social media. All of these are working and layering on top of each other to generate buzz and excitement for my business. You're watching Monster Producer. I'm Coach Michael Burt. Hey guys, Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. And one of the things I constantly say is I don't believe in cotton candy. Too many people in the world today want a quick fix. They want a quick hit. They want to turn their life around in a month. They want to make some money in 3 or 4 days. Listen, you don't need to come to me if that's what your thinking is. There is no get-rich-quick theme. There is no come out of the gates in 2 or 3 days, turn this whole thing around. I believe in one thing, guys. I believe in a long obedience in the same direction. You know, I started my coaching career really at 6 years old when Mickey Vinson, that Little League baseball coach, said, son, one of these days you're going to be a great coach. I formalized it at 15, coaching junior pro. I was at Riverdale High School at 19. I was the head coach for a decade. At 31, I retired to start this business. I'm in the 11th year of running this coaching business. Listen, 10,000 hours of practice, but how many years of a long obedience in the same direction, of studying human behavior, the psychology of how people win, don't win. Here's what I would tell you. We live in such a society today that people want that cotton candy. They want to come and be entertained versus education. You need to flip the script. You need 9 minutes of education for every 1 minute of entertainment. You need to get in the business of taking what you're learning and applying it day after day after day with a rhythm and a discipline and a cadence. There is no get rich quick thing. You get rich for sure when you stay focused and you push the ball down the field and you quit living in cotton candy land and get into mastery. I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. When you going to let me coach you? Go to monsterproducer.com, go to coachburt.com. Show up, grow up, and let's deliver. All right, guys, this is important. If you're going to be a monster producer, I can't tell you how many people go out there and they don't have a selling system. They don't have a calculated way to go get business. You got to be disciplined. You got to be disciplined to the process of prospecting every day for a percentage of your day, minimum of 2 hours a day. So, let me recap. This is where the system is breaking down. Either you cannot create enough opportunity. You can't create enough opportunity for one reason. You're not generating enough leads, you're not generating enough business, you're not generating enough energy, you're not circulating in the market enough, okay? You're a secret agent. You can't sell a secret. So I come into the day and I go, I'm going to take a calculated group, okay? I'm going to take a calculated group of actions. Notice I didn't say singular action. I'm going to take a calculated group of actions daily, okay, that are going to drive up the probability of making sales. And what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to marry the highest use of my time with my top strategies. See, I gave you my strategies in order. Showcase, hit list, farm club, top 25. That's the order I go in. Database, social media, connector, referrals. See what I'm saying? First step most people don't have, they don't have enough leads. And they don't have enough leads because they don't have a calculated way of going to generate those leads. The legacy selling system can solve this problem. Now you may say, oh my God, it's a bunch of work. You don't get lazy on me. You can't be a monster producer and say you don't want to do work. It is work. It will take time. You're not buying leads here. You're generating leads here. So only you can make up your mind if you're going to go do that every day. You're going to create opportunity. Okay? You're going to drive it in the door. You're going to share your explanation of service. You're going to get interest. You're going to go 7 touches, you're going to get a new client, okay? Now, if that seems like a strong cycle for you, then what you may think about doing is creating a product that other people need. That's what you're looking at, that people are attracted to, that people come to you, but you still got to go get attention. You still got to take it out into the marketplace. Guys, I'm Coach Michael Burt. I believe everybody needs a coach in life. That's what we're covering in Monster Producer this month. How do you work a calculated selling system to go drive more leads in the market? Go be a monster producer. How do we get people to such a better state that they would contribute their own resources to help support our mission? Now, I go straight to the Bible, the book of Luke. It's Jesus, 12 disciples, 2 women, and a business manager. They're walking from city to city. They're sharing the gospel. And then it says at the end of that verse, and many others who were contributing from their own resources to support Jesus and the disciples. I remember highlighting that. I remember saying, now why would a person contribute from their own resources to support another person's mission? It's only because that person, there was a direct correlation to that person getting those people to a much better place in their life. And when you get a person to a much better place in their life, guess what they'll do? They will contribute from their own resources, which is time, money, energy, network. They will contribute from their own resources to support you and your mission.